Good evening, guys. Holy crap, it's bright. Why is it so bright? It seems really bright. Am I? I don't think I changed anything. Huh. I don't know. It does seem awfully bright though. Overhead's not on. Huh. I don't know. Don't know. Anyway, haven't really gotten to play a whole lot of RuneScape the last couple days, so hence why the KC is basically right where we left yesterday. Ugh. Oh, I was gonna mention, so the last couple days I've been chopping blood sap trees, whatever the hell they're called. We're up to 300 something buckets doing the AFK method. So about half done. I'm looking for about 600 buckets to convert all of the dragon arrows over. So probably not tomorrow, but maybe Saturday if we're doing a board game session that day. But that level of AFK and getting, I don't know, 25 buckets an hour, so it's roughly, 2 to 3,000 arrows being able to convert every hour. That's about what I would like to see, so I think that's fine. And holy brightness. Oh, so it isn't just me. See, I thought so. I don't know what I did. Well, I didn't think I changed anything, but I did disconnect the cat cam because for whatever reason Zoom and Microsoft Teams defaults to that one. There's no real way to switch it other than disabling it, and then it'll actually go to this one. Maybe I need to open up that software again, play with it afterwards. Good evening. Anyways, about that many arrows that you're able to convert, I wish that you could get X number of scythe charges in that same amount of time. A few thousand scythe charges per hour, so 20, 30 vials of blood. This 5 to 10 from Leechfin is just not enough. Camera probably upped and changed to default. You saved a profile on it, right? It looks like a 62, 82 high, I see. I'll try pulling up the software after this kill. I didn't change anything on OBS for sure. What was the software that you told me to download to run that thing? I don't have that saved to my desktop anywhere. It might be just a case of needing to load that up and then re-enter whatever the default is. You know what it is? It was probably that stupid Windows update yesterday. It always... I hate updating Windows. Because it always fucks with that shit. For no good reason either. Like, why? Why? It's the OS bot meet 2. Okay. I will play around with it in a sec. Damn, did not get notified. Really? Also not on your top channels at the moment, which is odd. It could be because the number of days I've streamed lately has significantly dropped off a cliff. I don't know how Twitch organizes that stuff. Hey, Wombix, thanks for the 3 months Prime. Welcome back, sir. Alright, let's see if we can figure out what's going on with the camera. I have followed channels, and it's normally people I watch most on my side channel at the top, and you're not in 15 of those at the moment. Oh, huh. Should be able to while streaming. The software would steal the webcam when you break it. Yeah. Just like it did before. So if I do this, oh, maybe that's what happened. It pulled it into this other software. Looks like another app is using. Yeah. So let's pull up. Uh, do I not have it installed anymore? I thought I had it on my desktop. Hold on. No. Did I uninstall it because I said, oh, well, it's the default is installed, so I don't need this anymore. Surely. Programs. Suffering in Doom, so I figured I'd drop by. I'm suffering in PNM, so welcome in. I hate Windows updates so much. Ozbot. No. Meet 2. I don't have that program installed anymore. Well. Golden Train Kappa just started in my channel. I don't know what that means. You can all earn the Golden Kappa emote for 24 hours. Let's go! I have no idea how rare that is. But it's cool. Down with the ads. Yeah, this is definitely the software. So, download. It's gotta be this stuff. Ozbot Center. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Well, it'll be after the hype train scars, and you have to contribute to the hype train in order to get it, it seems. Trying to fix my webcam. It's far too bright right now. First thing check new build software is the auto exposure got reactivated. It probably did. Which is so dumb because again we set the defaults and it was supposed to save it there, but then I'm guessing close all applications, just ignore. I'm not sure what constitutes contributing to the hype train. And you can go around all the streams flexing. Just skip and install the thing, please. Did you manually save profile? Not since we set it up that initial time. Or you mean so I can import it or something? So it might steal my camera here for a sec. Oh, so it did save that stuff. Okay, where is... Thanks, sir. They're the gift sub to Kevbra. Image auto exposure got turned on again. There we go. Why did that happen? Now it looks really dark though. I have it set to 1700. Oh, you know what? Here, what does this do? Does that help? That helps a little bit. There we go. That looks better. That looks normal. No, it's just the auto exposure got turned on again. Okay, well, I'll leave it installed now so it's not so bright. I prefer to see the light on the shiny head. There. Your ISO said I think it was 16. It's at 1700 right now, yeah. But I turned off the auto brightness because it thinks it's too dark, and so it turned it up. But it looks like it's much more, yeah, much more normal now. Cool. What I can do is compare it to last stream, just this one. Mute it. How does that look? It's about normal. Let's go webcam so I can see a little bit closer up. No, that's normal. It just seems darker because of how bright it was before. But I'm pretty sure that's good. No. I don't want to micro tweak it for the next hour. Wait, where's my golden kappa? Maybe only you guys get him. Do you know who your brother is? I do. So I need to shut that shit down before we're going down a rabbit hole. Micro tweak the shit out of it for a 1% gain. Yep. That's what it feels like. It's like, do you like option A or option B? About the same? About the same. Okay. Alright, number 1 or number 2? Number 3, number 4. Did I remember to get off of East Coast? Oh yeah, next week we're upgrading to fiber. This last couple weeks, the internet just randomly cutting out every day. It's just been really annoying, and I don't know what the reason is. I'm just wanting something different, I think. Fiber gives the symmetrical upload and download too, which is really what I'm looking for. The only reason we upgraded to gig from our current one via cable is because that's the only way I could get more than 5 meg upload for streaming and stuff. Coupled with the, I think it costs like half as much for the fiber too. It's like, geez. Do you know how it makes your cheekbones pop more and the look on your face? It's just like, no. Wish we had fiber in our neighborhood. I want the higher upload rate. Yeah, we've been getting a lot of mail last year or so saying, it's in your area, it's in your area. And yeah, how it is, there's the changeover friction is just kind of annoying, but again, the price of the other stuff has just been going up and up and up, and this one's literally half as much, so... They also don't charge me for a frickin' Wi-Fi router. You know, putting the customer first and doing all that stuff to win your business. So we'll tell our other one to stick it. Take your shit back, we don't want it. And then to Chris's excitement, maybe she can download stuff off of Steam without making RuneScape lag like absolute. Although I just downloaded that webcam, I never saw my ping spike up, so I wonder if there's just something with Steam's priority in the internet. I don't know. Right now I'm 1 gig download and 40 upload. Oops. I think that's what we are too, and it's I would love to up the bitrate to the streams because they're kind of at their limit of what we can handle. And this is only 1080. I can't imagine wanting to upload in 4K or higher. I was originally thinking only doing like 30 up and down, but for 10, 15 bucks more, it's a full gig. And the other thing that sold me on it is, so in the 300 they give you a router, but in the gig they give you a router with some mesh extension. And we've noticed that in this house, if the router's on one side, there's a little bit of connectivity issue to the other side of the house, and through the floors and whatnot. So just having that as like a guarantee that we'll have good signal throughout the entire house, I think is going to be worth it. And again, we're still going from a different service that literally costs twice as much, so end up saving probably $500-600 a year for better, hopefully. Our kitchen's a dead spot for the Wi-Fi. It's all that other electronics and thick walls and crap. So we have our router downstairs now. It used to be upstairs. But when it was upstairs, Isaac always complained about lagging and connectivity problems trying to get downstairs on his VR headset. So we moved it downstairs and it seemed to be fine. Paying $140 a month right now. 1 hour 4K video takes ages. Holy shit, you're paying way more than I am. Ours was a little over 100, and we just like you probably like if you're not going to switch over, you should probably just see if there's some promotional things that they can swap you to, switch your plan around or something like that, because it doesn't hurt to ask. We ended up getting an extra $10 off a month or something just by asking, hey, is there any other thing that we can get from this? And well, it turns out it's the Wi-Fi, or sorry, the router rental thing. They were charging us $10 a month for a router, which I wasn't aware of. Anyway. So yeah, that'd be, I think, next Thursday they're gonna come out and do that. That should be nice. Let's see, so then, let's see, tomorrow we're going to our parents. That we're in town for the town festival thing, so Krista can do her thing on Saturday. I'm gonna be hanging out with Pat all day. Us and the boys are gonna go uptown to the fairgrounds. I'll probably hang out at his place all day. You need a front squat 412 pounds Sunday. Saturday. And then search for myself for a few days. Yeah, and then I'm nervous because Monday I got my first job interview, which will be interesting. First round interview, you know, it's nothing too hopeful. Trying to find a remote engineering position though, that has been quite the challenge. The amount of job listings that are like, oh yeah, it's remote with 30-40% travel. It's like, that's not what I mean. Hey, Hammy. What role? It's some engineering product managerial type thing. Which is basically what I did in my last job every day. Oh, okay, this is gonna hurt. Hey, Amy, thanks for the prime. You just missed the Kappa hype train thing, though. Speaking of which, not Kelsey, Krista. Did you get the Kappa email from that? You don't see it? We'll try just typing kappa. No? Skamazed. What the hell is that? Kappa Ross? You know, I'm almost due a pet as well. I think they're like 1 in 1400 or something. Or is it 1 in 16? One in 14, yeah, so actually I would like 2 pets at this point. You have to get to a certain level? I don't know. Tornado ran through San Antonio. Oh, okay. I was like, where? Texas. You got it. Suppose they don't have basements, do they? They don't got basements. They don't got snow removal. Or garages, or air conditioning. Just saying, that just makes us superior then, right? Minnesota was rated one of the highest quality of living states. The smoke we've been having is insane. We turned our air off. Really? Oh, you trying to have your air exchange. I gotcha. So we went to swim lessons. I assume you went sometime this week. Their air, their air ventilation system was having issues, and it was pumping air directly from the outside in. So even though it's like, oh, good, we're inside, we're safe from the smoke. No, it just pumped all that crap into the pool area, and so you're breathing that the whole swim lesson. That was not good. I feel real bad for the instructors there because they're there for hours on end. It's them wildfires though. That also means me and Chris, I haven't been outside and gotten to walk around for a long time. Michigan's wild with the smoke. Yeah, I think all that stuff from Canada is coming and hitting you. We were getting hit by our boundary water smoke. It was just coming straight south. You guys are definitely getting hit by this stuff in Canada though. Class is Monday, but tomorrow private lessons at 11. Oof. Fucking Canada can't control their fires. You know what's funny? Most of Minnesota is above more north latitude than most of the populated Canada. So we have to deal with the colder colds. Seeing a chart of 516 air quality. I don't have any context to that number. Touch grass, man. Trying. It's so smoky outside. I can't though. I think 200 is considered on the high edge. Ah. Air quality index. I get air quality index, and I understand the number. But what's the range on? Is it 1 to 100,000? Is it 1 to 200 like Krista said? I don't have the context for how bad that is. We were 405 at a worse. 516 is even worse than ours. Right now it's at 90. Okay. Overnight back to the 150. So like you want obviously you want low numbers. I just didn't know how high that is. Are we in rage phase again? F16 breaks the scale basically. Dude, take your head out of the oven. Not safe to breathe. Figured out the smoke was from my boss blowing smoke up my ass. Your best level is 4 at the moment, taking some damage in wave 3 when breaking the shield because I'm too close. How do I know when to step back? Taking some damage in wave 3 when breaking the shield. So you're talking the melee punish? When he puts up the prey range, prey mage thing where you have to go in and melee, right? So you go in, you hit him once, and then you take a step back. You do not want to stay in melee range. So you just swing until you see the XP drop, and then step back, and then get back into your range gear. This is when grubs are getting sucked to him. Okay, so he's charging up the thing. He doesn't break the shield because you're too close. You need to hit him as he's charging it up. If he ever gets fully charged, then he'll hit you with a really big attack. So you got to hit him with some sort of Demon Bane, either Scobo or your Arclight, Emberlight, whatever. Some sort of Demon Bane to reset that timer. Otherwise, he go big boom and it hurts a lot. I have taken the big boom and I die. Yeah, you don't want to take the big boom. So if you look at his health bar, below his health bar, there's a yellow second bar that's slowly filling up, and that's what he's charging up. So you need, every time you hit him with a Demon Bane weapon, that timer resets. And it's important to do that because phase 5, when he goes into car phase, you'll have to do the same thing. You'll have to keep your DPS up on him to reset that timer. Am I an Iron Man? Yeah, I think so. Bar above is that low, you can stand next to him and he gives you a whack. No. Not during shield melee phase, or not during the shield phase. Can you show me your log after this kill? Well, fortunately you're on Twitch, so I have a plugin enabled. If you look at the left side of your screen, it has my equipment and everything in there, so you can look up the collection log using that. Good evening, Brian.
I don't mean to alarm anybody, but I think we're being followed.
Thanks for the follow, Bomb Blaster. The only time he's able to melee you is when he's not in that melee punish or the shield phase. Both of those, you should be able to stand next to him no problem. Now, once his shield depletes, then he goes back to his normal attack cycle, and then yes, you can't stand in his melee distance anymore. Happens when the phase is over, because he transitions back to first phase, and normal rules apply. You can't stand at melee distance with him. So I am very out of practice, but if you give me a sec, I can go and see if I can send a kill. Just the first few waves. What's your main weapon for attacking him? A T-bow. Okay. But you have a Scobo with you, right? I have one, but did not bring it. What are you killing the range grubs with? Alright, sidetrack. Slayer for Mage Crystal. Demon Bane. T-bow for grubs. Oh, well, okay. Yeah, that's bad. So the thing with using Demon Bane on grubs is twofold. One, you one-shot them. Two, it doesn't incur attack weapon delay. If you're shooting them with T-bow, it's going to take you 2 shots with the T-bow to kill them, and it takes you 10 ticks to do it. A Scobo, you shoot them in 4 ticks, and then you're back on whatever else you're doing. I should give him a sorry. Because we're not pushing. Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. This one. What are you there for? Hello? What are you there for? Oh, the CAs, right? So, range grub, melee grub, mage grub. It's a 3-tick weapon. It works better than Demon Bane. Demon Bane's 5-tick. And then this also generates charges as you're going down. So it's this. That was my teleport there, I think. Oh, it's been a while. Is it 2? Is that what you normally took? One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that correct? I have no idea. It's been a long time. I'll just go with that. This is why I like doing one piece of hard content at a time, because then I can focus in on it and get good. Alright, so I don't have any arrows. I didn't make any secret arrows yet, so we will just take our P++ arrows and bring my T-bow back. Cool. Let's see if I remember how to do this. That's the wrong way. Already off to a bad start. Great. Oh boy. Now when you're pushing later waves, you don't really want to use thralls in later waves because it spawns so much freaking acid, whatever bullshit, but for these early waves, it's fine. Alright, so T-bow's the main weapon, and then the grubs are the low weapons, if I remember correctly. Last time I did this was on leagues. Just trying to get to a 7. Yep. The other benefit of using Scobo, again, it's quicker, has a really long range, doesn't use runes. Should I bring Crystal Halberd or Nox? If you're speccing Crystal Halberd's good. You have something that multi-hits, like the Crystal Spec, Crystal Halberd spec, that's good. Scythe's pretty good. I don't know why I started bringing in Halberd, but it was in my bank, so I just took it. Alright. Descend. I think I might switch back to Scythe. I forgot to death charge. Alright, so this is wave 3. Does he do the charge up on this one? I don't remember. The grubs always spawn on the south, north, and no. You want to shoot him with the Demon Bane, because again, it resets that little yellow bar underneath him. And you just auto attack him, and then once the grubs get close, then you hit the grubs under him, because they do 100 damage each. And now the phase is over, so I'm back at range again. So you stand away with the Scorching Bow. It's safe. The other option, again, is that you're going into melee distance with your Emberlight to reset that, right? Scobo is way easier. Otherwise, you get melee like that. Oh, that's the wrong way. I was standing in melee with Emberlight, which is fine. You can do that, but then you just gotta leave after the phase ends. Oh, pot up here. Ooh, an elite clue. Very nice. So this is wave 4, and this has the type-specific grubs now. And I color-coded them so I can tell them apart easier. How long this boss takes. How many snap seeds from a Nightmare KC? 876 so far. And then wave 5 is when you get the car phase. Basically the same as wave 4, except for car phase. Again, during car phase, you gotta keep shooting him. He doesn't have his shield up, so you don't need to shoot him with Demon Bane, but you do need to keep shooting him. You get the square markers in the grubs, you highlight them. It's backwards, right? It's this one? Yeah. I'm so out of practice at this boss. Oh my goodness. Rapid with T-bow, always. Helps if I pray the right thing, though. .6 minutes. Nah, we'll go one more just for the pet chance. Six is when the room resets and all the poison gets cleared, but from here on out it's all shared. And then during this car phase, he does 3 stomps, and he will shoot arrows and shit at you. Two-phasing this entire time. My damage is dog shit. Then 7 is just the same, just faster. 8, you have double boulders, etc., etc. Claim and leave. I'll deal with that stuff anyways. There. Alright, sorry. What do we got? Tonight's the night, brother. Just logged in. 180k rune captain XP to go. Let's go. You still got it? How was the full-time streaming endeavor? It was good. It was fun. I enjoyed every minute of it. And as nice as it is to hear, words of affirmation, that's my love language. It really gets the dopamine going. People saying, I like your content, that sort of thing. It doesn't pay the bills. So, yeah. We're putting that on hold for now. We'll still do it in the evenings and weekends as I have time, but I need a job. And so that's what I've been doing this week since I got back from up north. Starting the whole job hunt thing. Back on the job hunt? Yes, sir. Good luck, bro. Thank you. Yeah, with tools like ChatGPT, it's a lot easier now restructuring your resume to better match whatever job you're going for. So you enter in like, hey, here's some of my skills and stuff like that, and it helps you format them in such a way, reword them in such a way that it's like, okay, yeah, that it's the same incorrect information, it's just worded to better match. Because unfortunately, on the back end of job search, I'm finding all of the resume digesters, if you want to call it that, are all also run by AI, and they're all using key search terms looking for the certain things to match the criteria of what the employer is looking for. And so on the front end, you need to front load your resume to try and hit those markers. It's a stupid game. I hate it. How much weight am I putting into in-person remote roles? I would very much like to just do a full remote role, but if I can find one that's in, say, a 10-mile radius and there's a little bit of a commute, that's fine. The problem is we're gonna have to get a vehicle probably, because we downsized to one vehicle 8 years ago when I went full remote the first time. So it might be a little bit of a hiccup to get that second vehicle again. AI writing resumes, AI reading resumes, AI interviewing, AI interviewer. Yes, sir. Recommend a moped era. See, not so good in the middle of Minnesota winters. Anyway, and the stuff that is full remote is just like, I don't want to call it shady, but it seems like you're just hunting for my personal information. Like, you don't actually, I don't think you're truthful. And then the other side of it too is, oh yeah, it's full remote with 30 to 40% travel. How is that remote if I have to travel to job sites 40% of the time? Hello? Oh yeah, you're doing your job not on site, not at home. That's remote. You're fully remote? I used to be fully remote. And who knows, maybe sometime in the future I can go to, um, I can convert the job to a remote job. But when you're dealing with manufacturing, oftentimes you need to be on site to evaluate processes and whatnot. But so I have a job interview coming on Monday, and it was listed as a hybrid role. And so I'm hoping that, as I get more familiar with the job, I that sort of thing will happen where it'll be come into work as needed, because it's just on the other side of town. So if I need to go to work, it's not that big deal. It's close enough that even if for the first while I have to be in person the whole time, it's not going to be a big deal. Interview already? Ah, don't get excited. It's first round interview, making sure that you're an actual person and not probably not going to be meeting with the people I'm working with, would be my guess. I hope it goes as smoothly as my first job did, where I basically got one interview, and then an on-site interview, and then I was hired. And that was all I had to do for that first job. Hello. Thank you. Ouch. Day one? What do you mean day one? I started yesterday. I didn't kill you? I did kill you. Sleepwalkers are the bane. Ouch. You still remember that trip? What trip? Oh, when I went down to the factory the first time for the in-person interview? Have I kept up with coworkers at all? No, we weren't really all that close. I'll probably just drop a message to my former boss when I get a job, though. Just kind of letting him know that, oh yeah, don't worry, I landed on my feet, I'm okay. And then he'll pass the word around to the people that I used to work with, so... Because, you know, they're nice people. I admire and respect them. We stayed in a hotel and ate too much. Was... Okay, so then I must be mixing up a different job interview trip, because I remember going and coming back from an interview, and that's where I got called from them with the job offer. But you're right, that was probably... I don't remember much of the trip. Anyway, so for the time being, we're looking in the near vicinity, you know, ideally within a city or two of us. Something like less than 20 minutes drive. Just because it's Minnesota, I don't want to have to commute to the cities where it's an hour of white knuckle driving in rush hour and deal with that crap on a daily basis. I'd rather not. And I haven't looked out of state or any sort of significant move like that either. Probably because moving across states with a family like this is very, very disruptive, especially for schooling. Our kid is in a Chinese immersion program, and let's say it ends at fifth grade. I think it still continues beyond that, but like the main arc is through kindergarten through fifth grade. And right now he's like at the halfway point, and they're like just starting to learn formal English and sentence structure and that sort of stuff. And before this, it's always been in Chinese, and all of the English teaching has been from at home, and you know, through us teaching him and him learning through um, playing online games, that sort of thing. So I don't want to uproot that and switch that halfway through, because I think it might be a detriment to him. Do I live in Minnesota? I do. Thought the accent gave it away. Scorch bow, much better feel. Oh yeah. It gives you that range, it gives you that flexibility. The melee grubs are still going to be the bane of your existence, though. Especially if you're going to try going for the CAs. They're the main reason I failed Perfect Doom so many times. Stupid melee grubs. I gotta get better at switching parries on remove. Yep, it's a learning curve. I don't hear an accent. What's it like there? Well, that's kind of my point. I think we're rated as one of the most neutral accents of the Americas. We do have some weird vowel sounds, though. I've tried working that out of my vernacular, though. Sometimes it slips out, especially when I'm around family, though. Bag and boat. Oh yeah, sure. Hey, a lot of Scandinavian heritage here. It's like Canada Light when it comes to accents. So Minnesota is... It might get above 100 in August, although we've had some pretty warm couple of weeks here. And then in the wintertime, it gets to be minus 20, minus 30, to the point where it's so cold it can't form snow clouds and it won't snow. It gets that cold. And there's a lot of snow, so our snow removal systems, every town, every city basically has multiple snow plows to deal with it. We're well equipped to treat our roads and prepare for that. Unlike some of the southern states, which it snows, well, I guess everybody just gets the day off. I'm from Canada, so I have quite the accent. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I'm a fan of the Minnesota State Fair. I haven't gone in quite a few years. How windy is it? So it's, you know how the Midwest and is kind of known for being Tornado Alley, right? Minnesota's on the very northern skirt of that. So if you're in southern Minnesota, you can sometimes get some of those high winds because it's so flat down there and just nothing but cornfields basically as you go into Iowa. So you can get into those high winds, blizzard conditions in the wintertime and that kind of stuff. As far as the state fair goes, it's too many people for me. It rains sideways here. I'm not saying we don't get wind. I'm just saying that it's more common when you're on the southern part of the state. That's all. And then if you go far north in Minnesota, then you get into like the state parks and the forests and the boundary waters. There's a lot of cool natural sights to see, like the start of the Mississippi, for instance, in Grand Rapids. I think it's Grand Rapids. And then also north up there's a lot of mining because there's a lot of iron up there, a lot of iron ore. Grand Marais, no. I thought it was Grand Rapids because that's right up. I was up there just last weekend. And then west, if you go west towards South Dakota, there's just nothing. And then southwest Minnesota, I think I've only been through there once, but it's just more flat and cornfields. I was just in Eli area over the 4th. Really? Yeah, I was up there last weekend. Not that far east though. I was in Sudan and Tower to the west over there. Eli's got a lot of forest fires. So I wouldn't want to be up there in recent weeks. Eli got the smoke real good. Not just the smoke, but fires too. I have a cabin at Giants Rest, so it's pretty close. Nice. Hopefully it's still there. Yeah, so my dad has gotten into jeeping a lot the last like 5 years or so. And so every year, several times a year, they go up to Gilbert. It's up in that area north of Duluth. Again, in the Iron Ranges, so there's a lot of hills, a lot of good places to go off-roading there. And then in Tower, Park Rapids, close to Lake Itasca. In Tower, they open up a new state park that's dedicated to off-highway vehicles, OHVs. It's called Pyrite Campgrounds, and my parents are hosting that. Virginia, Gilbert, Hibbing. Marble. No, it's Grand Rapids. I'm thinking Grand Rapids. We side by side on those trails. I believe one's called the Taconite. Yeah, Taconite's one of them. Lake Itasca and Northwest in Itasca State Park. Okay, show me an image of that. Did I just not go north enough? Maps. I'll find it. Definitely not that far north. Now I'm disoriented. Where the hell is this thing? Hold on a second. Show me it on a map. Lake Itasca. Okay, now zoom out. Now I know where you are. Park Rapids, Bemidji. Oh, so never mind. Okay, so that's way west, but it's the same latitude as latitude? Same latitude as Grand Rapids. It's just far west there. I gotcha. Start of the Mississippi. Fan of the Tumor Serious Valiant Hunter Removia. Nice. Welcome in. Yeah, I think a lot of people from the Midwest are. Hey, Paulo, thanks for the Prime. We have probably a half a dozen in the clan, I think, that are in the Minnesota area or thereabouts. Something about long winters and not being able to go outside made us play a lot of video games growing up. I don't know, just crazy. Funny how that happens. And then we were planning on coming back through and hitting Paul Bunyan Land as we're heading home, but one, Paul Bunyan Land apparently is not open on Wednesdays and Thursdays in the summer, which is okay, whatever. And then two, it was just insanely hot that day, so it's like, okay, well, kind of an outdoor theme park attraction, whatever you want to call it. It's just you don't want to do that on a hot day like that. So some other time we'll have to make a trip up to Brainerd and show him that. That's around the time I started smoking too. Yeah, that would have been Wednesday. Ever hit Gordy's in Cloquet or Tobby's in Hinkley? So let's see. I think my dad and mom, they went to Gordy's because it's a hop and a skip away from Tower in that area, so they went over there when some friends came down. I have not been there myself yet, no. And then the other one, Toby's, I've not heard of. Because you drive straight through Cloquet to get to up to Gilbert in that area, Virginia, Tower, Vermilion. And so you drive right by Gordy's. Good burgers and chicks, that's what I've heard. I'm sure next year when we go up there, I think they're planning to do it earlier next year, so it's going to be like May into June, and then they'll be back before the 4th. So they're not up there when it's this fucking hot. And we'll get to go and explore some of those Masaba Trail and I'm blanking on the other one. Some of the long biking trails between towns and stuff. I would recommend if you're ever in the tower in Sudan area to give the underground mine a go. That was an interesting experience. Doesn't sound like much, but you're a half-mile underground with no way out except for one little elevator. You went on that tour back in like 2007. Nice. Yeah, apparently they had some major flooding in 2024. And there's an underground research lab on the 27th floor down there. And that whole floor just got flooded. I forget what they said. They got like 7 inches of rain in an hour. Their pumps could not keep up. And so they've been slowly trying to, clean it out, get it ready again. Oh, that was nice on that day though, because it was super hot out, but it was 50 degrees that far below ground. Oh, it's weirder still is so in the wintertime when it gets, minus 20. When you're down below the mine, it's still 50 down there, so it's actually warmer underground there than it is on the surface. I'd love to be able to have like a private tour of a place like that and go up and around some of the other shafts that are not tailored for tourism, because there's safety rails, there's mine carts to take you to the end of the tunnel when the guys when they were mining back in the day they would walk that full half mile stretch, whatever it was, to the end of the shaft. And just get to explore some of the tunnels a little bit. It's rock, and more rock, so like to my dumb eyes, I would not be able to tell the difference, but so it'd be kind of cool. For science, yeah. No, they have like 2 legitimate science labs down there. They're hollowed out a football field and it's like 10-foot ceilings, 11-foot ceilings, something like that under there. Maybe more even for experiments underground. Crazy what modern engineering can do. But I find it, I don't know, funny that these places which used to be very inhospitable and kind of dangerous to work in, not just because working conditions were bad, but also there's the potential of a cave-in, and I guess theoretically there still is, but they made it as safe as it possibly could be. So random people, overweight, elderly, handicapped, they got handicap ramps down in the fucking mines, like with way to take the teeth out of something that used to be considered very dangerous. I don't know. I find it hilarious. Putting lobsters on treadmills, probably not to that extent. Oh, what also was really funny about that experience is in the tour they mentioned about potentially at one point in the future, maybe 50 or 100 years from now, when some of the other ore deposits are used up and this one becomes profitable again, that it would take like $15 million or something like that to get it back up to speed and open it back up. And the tour guide said, kind of implied that, oh yeah, this is quite a bit chunk of money. And don't get me wrong, $15 million is no easy lump sum. It's quite a lot of money. But when the state spent $5.8 million to open up a 30-site campsite for off-road vehicles this year, what's another 10 million on top of that to open up a mine that actually would produce something? Man, that campsite has all the amenities. It's got hot water. I think 2 of the 3 loops of the site have soft water. So, they removed all the iron out of the water. It's got heated water too in the bathrooms and stuff. It's like, this isn't a camping spot. Like, the fuck kind of camping is this? Electricity. Back in my day. Election coming up in November. Mike Lindell will fund that. So, funny story, or funny conspiracy, I guess, if you want to call it that. And I'll have to confirm with my dad since then. But a lot of the sites were, like, bought out and reserved, but nobody showed up to actually use them or camp in them. So we have a sneaking suspicion that one of the senators or whatever that was funding the project to kind of pad the numbers and make it look more successful than it was is buying out the sites, and word on the street, that's what's going on. You invest almost $6 million in a campground, it better be showing some results, right? I'm sure it'll come up in conversation once they get back. It's kind of way up north, the middle of nowhere. Who wants to go there? Off-roaders do, and that was the whole point of the exercise, because they were trying to attract that crowd that were going over into Wisconsin instead. Because Wisconsin, they have their state parks open up for that stuff, and so to try and keep the business here and attract them here, that's why they started this experiment. I heard a drilling company found helium. Oops. Oh, humble, thank you. Found helium-3 in northern Minnesota too, so maybe they bought to drill. So, helium-3, that's a lighter version of helium than helium-4. What's the significance of helium-3? What does it do? Why is that noteworthy? Cooling for AI data centers, I think. Oh. So it's a lighter element. It's also still not reactive because it's still helium. Interesting. Oh yeah, you better believe there's plenty of AI training, remote type jobs like that I found in there too. It's just like, yeah, no. They may not be able to replace engineers right away, but damn, are they trying. One more. Oh, so I called it. It's been what, 2 weeks since we did the trading card game stuff, and Foe has officially started a trading card game hardcore Iron Man. And kind of as predicted, well, I want to do this, but I can't do this because I don't have the card. And one of the big cards to get early would be coins, because you need coins to be able to buy anything from shops. So how does that work? So you can get points by getting levels, by getting experience. And so early on, you're stuck to stuff that doesn't have cards, and anything that doesn't have cards, you're free to do. And in general, anything that doesn't have a combat level, so if it's just an NPC that you talk to but never actually fight with, those don't have cards. Only things with combat levels do. Only enemies with combat levels. So anything that falls into that front and just doesn't have a card is fair game. Anything that does have a card, you need to have in order to interact with it. I think, and this is the way they're doing it, and I think it's the best approach, is that you can still get the drop for something, but you can't use it until you unlock the card as well. And then he also added some rule about foil cards. So if he gets a foil card for something related to a quest, he unlocks everything in the quest. If he gets a foil card for, let's say, a specific item, maybe it'll unlock all of the items of that tier, just to help it along a little bit. Pull the third age Druidic Robe bottoms for that. Nice. Yeah, so now that Foe made a video on it, I have a feeling that's gonna make the rounds pretty quickly and it's gonna escalate in popularity. So if you're listening, you need to work on getting that thing released as soon as possible before the hype dies down, because a lot of people are gonna be upset having to reset to trade. Don't let perfect be the enemy of good. I think Alfie's doing that too. Yeah. And it's a great idea. It's a great concept. Further emphasizes just how much content this game can have. All it takes is one plugin, and now you've got a whole game mode associated with it. And this game will never run out of content. I mean, hell, we even got freaking prop hunt and a machinima plugin. Like, there's so much stuff in this game, man. Speaking of which, let's open a pack. Ooh, double purple. Nothing new. What? What is this horse shit? Sorry, we're at 73% completion. The odds of us getting anything new is pretty low. The stakes seem pretty good here at Fasani's. Yeah, they are 2-tick, just like a blowpipe is, but they have one more range than a blowpipe, even as a thrown weapon. It's really crazy that they let that slide. Someone told me about it during bingo, Spahana, I think, from the YouTube side. And after verifying it, it's like, holy crap. And they're really easy to make, too. You just go cut some blister wood. Get 5 stakes per blisterwood log. It takes an hour or two to get a good chunk. And then having that 2-tick speed